Hey guys, I'm Diamond Ultra and welcome back to another Dying Light video. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how you can rank up your survivor rank to max, how to get to legend level 250, as well as how you can max out your agility and your power levels. If you guys follow the steps of this video, you'll be able to max out all of these before you even go to see Rise. Now before I actually start with this video, I'd like to ask you guys to please drop me a quick like, as this took me a while to make, and to really consider subscribing since I make a lot of useful Dying Light and Dying Light 2 videos, and we'll definitely be making Dying Light the Beast videos when it finally comes out on August 22nd. So if you guys want some useful videos on Dying Light the Beast, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell button. And lastly, a special thank you to my members on my channel. But now with all that being said, let's get right into the video. Let's start off by how you can get your survivor rank and your legend levels maxed. Since, if you do these first, the rest of them will be much easier. Now firstly, how do we rank these up? Like, what is the best and fastest way to do this? Well, as many of you might have guessed, it's by getting these disaster relief packages and handing them over to the quartermaster. Now there are two ways you can go about this. You can farm these legitimately or duplicate them. Let me show you how you guys can farm these. If you guys want to farm these, you got to head over up here to the supermarket. It's called the Stuffed Turtle, and if you head over to the door and interact with it, Spike will call you over the radio and explain the supermarket to you and let you know that you can go in to collect these packages. Once he's done talking, you can start the challenge and go inside. Now there are 5 of these packages that you can collect, but a trick you can do is get 3 of them here, go to the door, and complete the challenge. You can then go back and get 3 of them again and repeat this as many times as you want. Just simply follow the path that I'm taking on screen and you will get 3 disaster relief packages in no time. Now this is very repetitive and takes a while, but it is a quick way on how you can get these disaster relief packages and farm them very efficiently. Now when you've farmed enough of these, you can head over to the quartermaster and give them to him. But there are some things you need to make sure you have enabled, or some tips and tricks you guys might want to pay attention to. I'll explain those after I talk about the duplication glitch. But now on to the duplication glitch. How do you duplicate these items? Well, the duplication glitch that I know about works on console. You guys can also try it on PC if it works, but I'm not sure if it works or not. Now firstly, how do we do this glitch? You first want to make sure that your console is connected via Ethernet cable. If you can't do that, you can also just, use your router, but that'll be a lot more tricky. I'll explain why in a second. But now once you have that down, you want to play on lane. You can play on public or, anything that involves you being online, but I prefer lane. But once you've done all this, you want to go to your stash. Once you're in your stash, you want to do 2 things. 1, make sure that you have 1 disaster relief package in your inventory, and the rest are in your stash. Next, you want to select something that you have a large quantity of. It can be lockpicks or any kind of craft parts. For me, I'll be using these electronics that I've duplicated. The reason why you want to pick a large quantity is because the quantity that you have will be the amount that your item is duplicated by. So if you have 1,000 electronics, then the number of duplicated disaster relief packages will be 1,000 as well. Now here's something that we're going to be doing for this glitch. We'll be unplugging the Ethernet cable from our console or our router. When you do this, this will pop up on your screen. And what we will be doing is timing it so that we press X right when it appears. So make sure you keep this in mind so that you understand what it is we're doing. Now firstly, how do we start this glitch? We want to make sure we have 1 disaster relief package in our inventory and the rest in the stash, and then we want to select the item that we want to duplicate by. For me, it'll be these electronics. Now you want to press X on these electronics so that this box right here appears asking you how many of them you want to put in your stash. Now what you want to do is pull out the Ethernet cable, which will make the error box appear behind this box. Now what you want to do is time it perfectly where you press X as it appears. You'll know you've done it right when the box asking you for the number of electronics you want to put in your stash is still open. But also when you're able to go up and down in your inventory. Once you see these 2 things, the glitch will work, and all you got to do is go over to the disaster relief packages and press triangle. Do not press X. Once you do this, the duplicated disaster relief packages will move to your stash. And just like that, you can pretty much duplicate anything except for weapons. But yeah, now that we're done explaining how we can get these disaster relief packages, let's talk about how you should hand them over. You first want to make sure that you are wearing the Winter Warrior outfit. This outfit is from the Snow Ops bundle, and the reason why you want to wear this is because it increases the amount of XP you get for everything by 20%. This is very handy, and if you haven't maxed out like everything, I'd recommend wearing this until you've maxed out everything. Your survivor rank, your legend levels, agility, and power. But now the next thing you want to do is set your game to Nightmare. When you play on a higher difficulty and hand these over, you will get more survivor points, as well as, legend points. And I'm not sure about this next thing, but some people say that when you hand these over at night, you get more XP. So if you can do this, sure, but I'm not exactly sure if this works. But now some of you guys might be asking, how many of these do you actually need to give to max out not only your survivor rank, but also your legend level. Some people in my comments have been saying that's like 6,500, so if you have about that amount, then you'll max out not only your survivor rank, but also your legend level. I recommend going with 7,000 just to be safe. So yeah, that's how you can rank up your survivor rank and your legend level to max. And also, a neat thing about this is that if you do this early on, all the weapons that you find or buy from the stores will have increased damage. It won't be like 20, 30 or anything like that. It'll be in the thousands. So pretty much all the zombies will be easier for you to kill. But not only that, you'll have access to more stuff, like guns, throwables, and all that good stuff. So it'll pretty much be overpowered just by doing this. Just a tip for you guys, I'd recommend, duplicating these jewelry or any kind of jewelry item and then selling them so that you get a lot of money. You can find one in police vans or just, look around and get lucky. But anyways, moving on to agility. The first thing to keep in mind is that if you get these free running perks, you will get more agility faster. So when you're picking skills to acquire, make sure you get these. They're very useful. But anyways, on to how you can increase your agility as fast as possible. You first want to make sure that you have the slide skill. You unlock this at level 3, so you'll pretty much have this, unless of course you picked something else at the start of the game. But now next you want to go to this safe zone and unlock it. Secure this safe zone. Now that you secured the safe zone, what you want to do is head over to this pharmacy right here. But you also want to make sure that you're going at it at night, not during the day. Now once you get here, you can either head over from the top and through these wooden barricades, but I would not recommend it, because if you do start a chase, the volatiles can get you. So to avoid this, I recommend going down here and then through this window. This way the volatiles, if they do find you, they won't be able to get you. But now once you're in this room, you want to open up one of these chests. Once you open these chests, you want to stand on top of the chest and hold sprint. Make sure you're holding sprint, not just, pressing it and then letting go. You want to make sure that you are holding your sprint button. And while you are running, spam your slide. When doing this, you will get some XP very quickly. This is very boring, but it is the fastest way that you can rank up your agility. It might feel like it takes a while, but if you time yourself, you'll actually notice that it's very, very quick. So yeah, it's very simple, very easy, nothing too complicated. And also, this isn't very useful, but you could also head over to this tunnel right here and do the same thing. It's not better than the pharmacy, but if you guys want a different spot, then you can do it here. But the pharmacy is way better. And some of you guys might be asking, should you play on a different difficulty? Well, when I've tested this out, I haven't gotten more XP on different difficulties. I played on story, I played on hard, I played on nightmare, and it was all the same thing. There was no difference at all. So yeah, if I were you guys, I would just play on easy, or as the game calls it, story mode, and don't even bother stressing yourself out. But yeah, that's it for the agility. Let's move on to power. Power is probably the easiest one that you can rank up. When upgrading your power level, make sure you try to get this skill, the Kill Frenzy. This increases the amount of power points you get by killing a zombie or an enemy, and then activating more agility points in 10 seconds. The more you kill, the more points you'll get, which will be very useful later on. I'll show you guys in a second what you can do. Now there are a lot of ways you can increase your power level, but the fastest way is by using these tomahawks. Before I continue, I don't want to take credit for this. I found this online. I don't remember the name of the channel, but I'll pop it up on screen. It's thanks to this guy's video that I discovered this. So a huge shout out to him. But anyways, what do we do here? We first want to use these tomahawks. You can duplicate them by using the duplication glitch that I talked about before. Now next you want to get this skill, the multi-throw. You unlock this at level 3, so you'll get this pretty early on. But you also want to get this, the blast perk. You unlock this at level 9 and it increases damage for your throwable. Now you probably won't need this if you've, maxed out your legend level, but it is useful to have either way. Now what you want to do is head over to this bridge, the Nvme bridge. It's very famous, it's got a lot of zombies, and what you want to do is hold your throwable and move your camera around so that you lock on to multiple enemies. You can then release this and then, practice and be able to throw your tomahawks at the enemies and get a lot of XP. Mixing these 3 perks, the multi-throw, blast, and kill frenzy, will give you a lot of power points. And if you're brave, I'd recommend doing this at night, because when you do this at night, you will get more XP. It is the fastest and easiest way that you can rank up your power level. And if you do this strat, you'll max out your power level in no time. But now let's say you can't duplicate or don't like this method. Another method you could use is using the stomp skill. The stomp skill allows you to execute zombies. It's very useful when they're climbing. It'll allow you to execute them without wasting anything. No HP, no weapon durability, no stamina, nothing. You can head over to the Nvme bridge, get on a car, and while they're climbing, use this skill and kill them instantly. However, it's not very efficient and takes a while, so I would not really recommend this, but it is something to keep in mind. Now another trick that you guys can use that you can keep in mind as well is using the takedown with camouflage. If you manage to upgrade your power, to level 13 and get this skill right here, the takedown, you can pair this with camouflage, which you can unlock at level 9 from your survivor rank, along with camouflage attack at level 12, to get behind zombies and execute them without having to worry about them attacking you. Now this is also not very fast, not very efficient, but it is something to keep in mind that you can do if you're either bored of the other methods or just playing the game for fun. But anyways, that's it for the video. If you guys want the best Dying Light videos on YouTube, check out this playlist right here. Or if you guys want the best Dying Light 2 videos, check out this playlist instead. But anyways, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed and found this useful, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.